Good morning, everyone. My name is Claire Ainsworth and I'm the editor of the Plymouth Herald. Florence has asked me to tell you a little bit about the job that I do down here in Plymouth, where I'm in charge of a paper that comes out every day. I'm just going to show you what I do for my job, and hopefully all the members of Miss Chattin's class will enjoy it. So here I am working from home because of the coronavirus pandemic. Normally I'd be in a really big newsroom and loads of people, telephones ringing, keyboards chattering, but at the moment it's just me at home, and I'm keeping in touch with all of my staff on the phone and by message. So I'm just going to tell you really quickly about what my job entails. So if you'd like to come around here, you can see this is today's copy of the Herald. So we'll have a little flick through. So the main story today was asking people not to go out because we're all supposed to be in lockdown, but some naughty people have been seen out on the roads. So we can have a little look through. We've got lots of news in here. This is a fantastic story about a little boy who has spent his time in lockdown making a replica of Home Park, our football stadium here, and another story about a lady who made a cake for Captain Tom. Let's have a little look through. So this paper's obviously, all this work was done yesterday. We've got more stories, world and national stories. We've got people's opinions. And a column by me, there's a little bit more opinion. Obviously other things like television guides and puzzles. We've got stuff about driving and music, and we keep flicking through, and we'll have some sport. Even though there's no sport at the moment, we're still writing about it. So that looks easy, doesn't it? That was really quick flick through. But what am I going to put in the paper tomorrow, and how am I going to do it? So here I have my my system. You can see if you come back round here that tomorrow's paper is not looking too good at the moment. There's not a lot of stories. You need to go right in on that one, please, my lovely assistant. So you can see we've got a lot of pages without any stories on, and so I've got a bit of a job to do to fill up all these pages because nobody wants to buy a newspaper with no stories in. So here I am. So I'm going to have a look through and see various places where the stories come from. Now, some of them will come from reporters who I've asked to write stories. Some of them will come from other places in the country, and eventually by the end of the day I'll fill up the whole page. Now here's one that I'm preparing for tomorrow. So it's blank at the moment. There's no advertisement, so I've got the whole page to myself. I'm just going to put some shapes on, ready to go. And then I can add some words, and I can add some pictures. Now I'll just show you how I'm going to find my pictures. Now this is a story about the Prime Minister. So I'm going to search for, who knows what the name of the Prime Minister is? That's right, Boris Johnson. So how many pictures do you think maybe we have of Boris Johnson in our big computer of pictures? It's called an archive. So let's have a little look. Yeah, there's lots and lots, about 4,000 pictures of Boris Johnson. So I'm going to take one of these pictures and I'm going to put it on my page. There we go. There we are. So this at the moment is just an empty box. It says caption in here, head news here. That won't do, will it? So we will go like this. And in a few seconds, it's going to start looking, there we go, start looking a bit more like a newspaper. There we are. There we go. So there you see, it's starting to look much more like a newspaper. Obviously we've got a few stories to do here. We need a headline to go in here. And we're going to, Boris Johnson says, please stay Now, obviously, I'm a bit of an expert at this, and I know how many words are going to fill that shape, but it's taken me about 30 years to become this much of an expert. There you go. So it's starting to look very much like a newspaper. There we go. So by the end of the day, yeah. So by the end of the day, I'll have filled up all of these pages, but I'm still a bit short of stories. I wonder if there's any stories from anywhere else that I could look for. So I wonder if there's any stories about village near